Hey Alex, lately I've found myself thinking about the old days for some reason.
Oh, that's a symptom of aging. Is it like, whenever you hear an old song, your eyes drift shut and you wonder, why was I so adorable back then? Right?
Haha, I'm not so sure about adorable, but as for mischief, I was second to none.
Sounds like a wild ride. So, what mysterious land did that great explorer conquer back then?
The backyard garden, of course.
The backyard garden?
Hey, don't look down on it. To a kid barely over a meter tall, that garden was just as wild and mysterious as the Amazon rainforest.
True, kids always have the superpower to turn ordinary things into a grand adventure.
Exactly! A small dirt hole under a tree was a hidden treasure cave, and an earthworm crawling by. Oh boy, a giant monster that needed to be studied immediately.
As for me, I wanted to be an architect.
Building sandcastles?
Too ordinary. I built luxury villas out of blankets, pillows, and the sofa.
Ah, that luxury villa that would collapse in 3 seconds just because your mom walked by to sweep the floor, right?
Spot on. Spending the whole afternoon brainstorming, designing the main entrance and arches so meticulously.
And then Hurricane Mom hit?
Mom just said one thing, enough with the mess, clean it up right now. And just like that, a masterpiece was gone.
Haha, a first life lesson on the collapse of real estate projects.
Truly a project built on sweat and tears.
But you have to admit, childhood back then was truly magical.
Yeah, no fancy smartphones, no social media.
Just a few friends, a corner of the yard, and a bunch of silly ideas were enough to keep us happy all day.
Like playing house, for example. I always fought to be the shopkeeper.
So what high-end merchandise did your shop sell?
Leaves.
Leaves? That's a highly competitive market, you know.
But I had clear market segments. Small leaves were loose change, big leaves were high denomination bills, and torn leaves were counterfeit money, not accepted.
Good grief, a financial expert since the age of 10.
The customers were very enthusiastic too. They might have been poor, but they were perfectly honest in their transactions.
Who were they?
The neighborhood kids, who else? Holding a handful of torn leaves trying to buy the whole world.
Haha, adults looking at us must have thought we were a bunch of kids distributing national assets.
There's one thing I remember the most.
What's that?
Late afternoons.
Yeah,
The feeling of running around drenched in sweat, then hearing your mom shouting from the end of the alley.
come home for dinner.
That's it, that exact legendary tone.
Back then, hearing that made us pout, wishing, why is mom calling so early? Let us play a bit longer.
And now,
Now I crave hearing that call so much, craving the feeling of having someone waiting for me to come home to eat.
it turns out childhood is when we are happiest, yet we have absolutely no idea.
It sounds a bit sad, but it's true.
Don't be sad. Those memories are like a treasure chest buried deep in our hearts.
Exactly. Every time we get tired of the adult world, we just need to open that chest to see how easily we used to be made happy.
Just catching a dragonfly,
Or picking up a shiny pebble with a strange shape.
or simply being rewarded by mom with a cold popsicle.
Joys so small they're almost silly.
But big enough to stay with us for a lifetime.
Hey Alex, if you could go back to childhood for exactly 1 hour, what would you do?
Me. I would climb onto that old wooden bed, pull up the blanket, and take a really good nap.
Seriously? A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and you just choose to sleep?
Yes,
What's the reason?
because when I was a kid, I absolutely hated afternoon naps. But now, if anyone gives me 2 hours of free nap time, I'm ready to call them my savior.
Haha, adults truly crave the very things children used to reject.
But at least, some values never change.
Beautiful memories will always stay, right?
Exactly. Speaking of the old days,
What about it?
I just recalled a memory that's a bit painful to sit on.
Don't tell me it's…
Yeah, a story with all the key elements. My mom, a rattan cane, and a super foolish decision of mine.
Haha, I have a whole treasure trove of those. Let's make our next cup of coffee about revisiting those historical wounds.
Agreed. Let's see how innocently and convincingly we defended ourselves before Mom's court.
Honestly, Alex, when I was a kid, I used to have an incredibly naive belief.
What belief? Like you were a superhero saving the world?
No, much more practical. I thought every time I did something wrong, I just had to look at Mom and flash an innocent, radiant smile, and I'd be forgiven.
And reality slapped you awake, didn't it?
Exactly. I realized my smile didn't put out the fire. It only added fuel to Mom's anger. She said, looking at me, smile was just infuriating.
First lesson in life. Cuteness doesn't always save your life. Especially the moment Mom calls you by your full name.
Oh goodness, that was a national red alert sound.
Normally, when she called, Alex, come here, there was still a 50% chance of survival.
But once you heard, Alex, get over here right now, you knew your soul should start writing its will.
Your brain would start racing at lightning speed, automatically scanning your memory to see what terrible sin you'd committed over the past month.
Were you like me? Every time Mom yelled, freeze right there.
And then what? Did you freeze?
No! I switched to sprint mode, running faster than a track athlete.
You had some nerve. Mom told you to freeze, and you dared to run.
Well, back then, I thought running fast would get me out of Mom's sentence.
And did you escape in the end?
How could I? She didn't even bother chasing me. She just leisurely set up dinner. After 10 minutes of hiding under the bed, with my stomach growling, I crawled out on my own and apologized submissively.
Ha ha ha, indeed, no force can overcome the power of an empty stomach.
Besides, mothers have detective superpowers. They know whatever you try to hide.
A mother's sixth sense is nothing to play with.
Once, I accidentally broke a ceramic mug. Terrified, I swept it up and hid the pieces deep under the cabinet, proudly thinking my plan was absolutely perfect.
A highly professional operation to destroy evidence.
Yet 5 minutes later, Mom walked into the kitchen, glanced around for a second, and asked, "Where is the blue mug, dear?"
Your heart must have skipped a few beats then, right?
I even tried to make excuses. I don't know. Mom didn't say a word. She just stood there staring at me for exactly 3 seconds.
The most terrifying 3 seconds of silence in your life, right? It probably felt like the police scanning with a lie detector.
Exactly. Those 3 seconds felt like 3 centuries, so I confessed everything.
I also had a heist of the century once.
Tell me about it.
That day, on a whim, I took my brand new set of colored markers to draw a grand landscape masterpiece.
Sounds promising.
But the trouble was, I drew directly onto the white painted wall right in the middle of the living room.
Good heavens! That wasn't drawing a picture. That was an unauthorized home renovation project.
Indeed, Mom stood frozen like a stone statue. I even naively asked her a fatal question. You don't like it, Mom? And right after that, I experienced an art lesson that was very tearful.
Looking back, the tuition fee we paid was painful, but the lessons really stuck.
But now that we're grown up, none of us remember the actual pain of the cane anymore.
That's true. What remains in the end is still warmth.
I remember most of all the times after getting a spanking, weeping and thinking Mom didn't love me anymore. Yet, when night came, she would quietly walk in, tuck me in, and apply medicine to my bruises.
A child couldn't understand it then. Only by growing up and facing life ourselves can we truly understand our parents' hearts.
Mom wasn't strict because she cared about a broken cup or a ruined wall.
But because she wanted us to learn how to take responsibility for our actions.
But we really overdramatized things back then, didn't we?
What do you mean?
Every time we got scolded, we'd hug our pillows in a corner, casting ourselves as the tragic protagonist in some family drama. Like, the world has abandoned me. No one understands me.
Yes, exactly. Yet 10 minutes later, hearing the sizzling from the kitchen, we'd creep out and ask, "Mom, what are we having for dinner tonight?"
Haha. Kids really get angry quickly but forget just as fast.
Now that we're grown, I really crave hearing Mom's scoldings like in the old days.
To prove that you've grown up and become more obedient?
As for me, if I had a time machine to go back to when Mom was looking for me with a cane,
What would you do? Apologize to her right away.
no. I'd take advantage of the 5 minutes before she found me to run even further away.
Traveling around the world only to conclude that the sole survival lesson is to increase your escape speed.
Of course, that's a hard-earned lesson.
But honestly, now, I find there's something even scarier than Mom's rattan cane back then.
What? What could possibly be that powerful?
The morning alarm, along with the feeling of body aches just because you slept in the wrong position.
Oh God, don't remind me. That's the ultimate nightmare of adulthood.
A new chapter of life named an 18-year-old soul, but an 80-year-old back.
Ha ha! Then let's dedicate our next cup of coffee to honoring our poor backs.
Agreed. Let's see whose joints make a louder popping sound today.
Seriously, Alex, I have a very serious biological question.
Look at that pensive face. You're probably going to ask about the theory of relativity or some cosmic mystery, aren't you?
No, the universe is too far away. I just want to know why we could run around tirelessly as kids, but now, after just one lap around the supermarket, we have to find a place to catch our breath?
That's one of those unsolved archaeological mysteries of the human body.
Back then, even under the blazing midday sun, we were still climbing trees, playing soccer, and riding bikes around the neighborhood.
In the evening, we'd devour 3 bowls of rice, watch a cartoon episode, and pass right out.
Waking up in the morning felt like a phone fully charged to 100%, bursting with energy.
Absolutely no low battery or storage full notifications.
And now, just staying up to watch a movie for 1 extra hour?
And the next day, your body immediately sends a 10-page complaint email.
Subject: Dear owner, the collective union of back, shoulders, neck, and eyes strongly protests the reckless exploitation of labor last night.
Accompanied by an ultimatum. If the lifestyle is not improved, we will initiate an indefinite strike.
Actually, I think they really did go on strike.
The clearest example is sleeping. Back then, we fell asleep sprawled on the floor or slumped over a desk and still woke up fine.
Absolutely.
But now, if the pillow is off by even 1 millimeter, you wake up with a neck stiff as a board, feeling like you just went through a life or death wrestling match with your pillow.
Oh, the painful truth of this.
That's not all. Every morning you step out of bed, you hear crack crack coming from your lower back.
Such a familiar sound.
I always comfort myself by thinking my skeletal system is just playing its startup sound, like an old computer that needs a few minutes to boot up its operating system.
Haha. Back then, we bounded out of bed like a transforming superhero.
Now, we have to sit dazed on the edge of the bed for about 5 minutes just to muster the courage to stand up.
But the funniest thing is how our taste in gifts has changed dramatically.
Changed how?
When we were young, getting a robot or doll made us thrilled for a whole week. Now, if someone gives me a memory foam pillow or an ultralight duvet, I'm moved to tears.
And those items we used to look down on back then.
Like what?
Handheld massagers, medicated oil, pain relief patches.
Spot on! Back then, seeing our parents massaging their limbs made us wonder, what's so great about those things that they're addicted to them?
Whereas now, we look at a foot massager like we found our soulmate.
Even going to bed is a whole different ballgame.
Back then, if Mom made us go to bed at 9 in the evening,
We'd protest immediately. I'm not sleepy yet. Let me watch for just 5 more minutes.
and those 5 minutes felt like an hour.
Whereas now, if someone says, go to bed early,
I will sincerely reply, "Oh, thank you, my savior, for understanding my heart."
ha ha ha, truly the loop of fate.
As kids, we just wanted to grow up fast so we'd have the freedom to do anything.
Eating ice cream at midnight without anyone managing us.
Staying up all night without fear of being scolded.
Spending the money we earned ourselves.
Then we grew up only to discover that the price of this freedom is too steep.
Eating ice cream at midnight results in your stomach holding an emergency protest meeting.
Staying up late for one night, and the next day your face looks like it went through a battlefield.
Spending money freely only leads to a basket full of electricity, water, and rent bills.
An adult's freedom always comes with bills and responsibilities.
That's why I often look at my childhood photos and wish.
Wishing to be carefree, right?
Yeah, wishing to scream at the kid in the photo, "Hey kid, go take your nap." In the future, even getting a good night's sleep will cost you.
Sounds heartbreakingly realistic.
What about you? What would you say to your younger self?
I'd say, hug mom more, play more, laugh more, and please, don't grow up too fast. Because once you're grown up, you realize time flies by in the blink of an eye.
The things that used to annoy us back then, like forced afternoon naps or mom's nagging, are now priceless memories.
Growing up doesn't mean we have to extinguish our inner child.
But learning to smile gently whenever we look back on that child.
So even if our backs ache, our shoulders are sore, and standing up or sitting down is a bit slow today,
We are still grateful to have had a beautiful childhood to reminisce about.
and a present where we can sit here having coffee together.
Oh, but wait a second.
What is it?
Did you just hear that crack sound when I stretched?
Loud and clear.
Was that the wooden chair squeaking, or did my back just send out a distress signal?
My guess is the latter.
Why didn't you give me a hand?
I can't.
Oh, really? Is that what our friendship has come to?
Because if I bend down to help you, my own back might just go on strike right then and there. Are we going to lie here waiting for an ambulance together?
Haha, truly a good friend, standing together in times of trouble.
Well, let's just think of our bodies as updating to a new version.
What kind of version is full of system errors like this?
The life experience version comes with a free back pain bundle, automatic shoulder fatigue, and an infinite passion for afternoon naps.
Anyway, having a friend to share the back pain and grow old with isn't bad at all, is it, Alex?
Definitely. I hope 10 years from now, we'll still be sitting here.
Smiling at each other and saying,
We were so young and healthy back then.
and then we'll both say in unison,
Oh, my back.